channel Knowledge Hub and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update। आज हम कंप्यूटर ग्राफिक्स की क्लास करने वाले हैं जो कि क्लास नंबर 11 है। हम क्लास 10 कर चुके हैं जिसमें हमने जो यूनिट 1 है और यूनिट 2 है, यूनिट 3 है एंड एज वेल एज यूनिट 4 हम बहुत डिटेल्ड में बात कर चुके हैं एंड उसके जितने भी टॉपिक्स हैं रिलेटेड टू द डिटेल्ड वी हैड टॉक्ड अबाउट इट। And this is your class 11 where we'll discuss all short answers of questions of answer questions of 2 marks possible, that is of unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and unit 4 individually. And if unit 1 will start with that, we'll discuss 2 marks question based on memory based question, evaluation based question and as well as application based question as well. So here we go ahead and that is starting with the unit 1. The name of the unit, as I had told you about in the starting, is your graphics devices. In unit 1, that is your graphics devices. Here in this, before starting with this, first of all, it's a huge request from my side to all the viewers. Please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe to our channel so that many maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. So starting with the memory based question here. In the memory based question, the first question has been asked in the 2 marks possible question, that is to define computer graphics. So in the computer graphics here, that it is one of the most effective and commonly used way to communicate the processed information to the user. It displays the information in the form of graphics objects such as picture, charts, graphs and diagram. Now we'll discuss about the other question, that is what are the advantages of computer graphics. Advantages of computer graphics here in this, that is there are the 3 advantages. The first advantages, we have a high quality graphic display of a personal computer that provide one of the most natural means of communicating with the computer. The second advantage is that it provides the tool for producing not only of concrete a real world object but also an abstract or synthetic object as well. The third advantage we have that the computer graphic also provide facility called update dynamics as well. Now we'll talk about the other question, and that is another one, that is to describe the application of computer graphics. Application of computer graphics. So the applications of computer graphics, as we have many applications of computer graphics, but we will discuss some of them. So that we have here is the first is your user interface. The second we have your art and commerce. The third we have plotting of graphics and chart. The fourth we have is your simulation and animation. And the fifth we have is your office automation and desktop publishing. So we have an application of computer graphics that to be are as follows of 5 types: user interface and plotting of graphics and charts, art and commerce, simulation and animation, and then office automation and desktop publishing as well. These comes under in it. Now we will be going to ahead with the discussion about the other question, that is give the classification of computer graphics. So we'll discuss about the classification of computer graphics, which has been asked of 2 marks here. So the classification of computer graphics that we deal with it, where that according to the type of object we will discuss, according to the type of interaction, and according to the pictorial representation. So let's go ahead according to that, and that is the computer that classification has been followed like according to type of object, and according to the type of object, that is of two type, which is your 2D and 3D, and according to the type of interaction, according to the type of interaction we have two, that is the first we have controllable, the second is your uncontrollable, your non-controllable. The third is your according to the pictorial representation. According to the pictorial representation, that is of three types. The first is your line drawing, the second we have color image, and the third we have is your black and white image. Now we'll discuss about what is pixel here. That has been asked the other questions here, which is your the pixel. So what is pixel? That a pixel is the smallest discriminable element of picture, that is your picture element here. Now we'll talk about give the name of display devices that is used in computer graphic. So display devices used in computer graphics. So that we have the first we have is the CRT, the second we have LCD, the third is LED, the fourth is plasma, and the fifth is your OLED. So these were the display devices that is used in computer graphics, and the first, as I told you, about CRT, LCD, LED, plasma, OLED here, and OLED, you can say that. So the next we'll talk about which is another question, that to describe the random scan display, that has been asked of 2 marks of unit 1. In the random scan display here, that it is a technique used for producing image on the CRT. The random scan CRT display directly traces out only the desired line on CRT. It is also known as a vector scan display. The other question is, what is the raster scan display? The term of the raster scan display here, in the most common method of displaying the image on the CRT screen. In this, the horizontal and the vertical deflection signals are generated to move the beam all over the screen in the pattern. Now we'll talk about the other one, that is your defined frame buffer. To define frame buffer here, that is it is a memory area in which picture is stored in the form of pixel here. The other question is to define video controller. So here a video controller is used to control the operation of the display device, and it receives the intensity information of each pixel from the frame buffer and displays them on screen here. So now we'll go ahead with other question here, that is to discuss about it. That is another question is what are points and line. So in the points and line here, that a position in a plane is known as a point, and a point that can be represented by any ordered pair of number, that is x comma y, and where the line has been be represented or by the 2 point, that is both the points will be on the line, and that the line are also described by the equations as well. Now we'll discuss about to describe the line segment here. In the line segment that you here we have to discuss, any line or a piece of line that having endpoints is called the line segment. That the example of the line segment, where we can say that this P1 till P2 that has been a line segment here, and where P1 and P2 are the endpoints as well. Now we'll discuss about what do you understand by plane. In that a plane that can be expressed by the linear equation, it is also divided into the two classes, and that is the plane has been divided into the implicit form. And second we have is your explicit form. The other question has been arise that what are the criteria that should be satisfied by the good line drawing algorithm, and that what we have to discuss. So good line drawing algorithm we have. So that we have here, there are the four good criteria for line and drawing algorithm. The first we have that line should appear straight. The second, line should terminate accurately. The third, line should have constant density. And the fourth we have, line should be drawn rapidly. Now we'll go ahead with other question that give the advantages of DDA algorithm and give the disadvantages of DDA algorithm. So that we'll discuss advantages and disadvantages of DDA algorithm. So the advantages of DDA algorithm, that it should be simplest algorithm and it does not require spatial skill for implementation. The second advantage is that is it a faster method for calculating the pixel position. Talking about the disadvantages here, that is the first disadvantages is like floating point arithmetic in a DDA algorithm is still a time consuming, and the algorithm is orientation dependent, and hence end points accuracy is poor. Now we'll talk about the other question, and that is a line question which we have space here. that the distance between the pixels on the screen is called. So the distance between the pixels on the screen is called, but that is your dot page. The other is that the other question is that the clarity of the displayed image depends on the dash. So the clarity of the displayed image depends on the resolution. The other question that the slope of the line joining the 2 points, which is 1 comma 2 and 3 comma 4, is dash. So slope of a line joining the 2 points 1 comma 2 and 3 comma 4 is 1. The other question that is dash is used to monitor that have no color capacity. So dash is used to monitor that have no color capacity. The answer is your grayscale. Grayscale is used to monitor that have no color capacity here. The other question has been arised that dash algorithm is the best line drawing algorithm from all the possible line drawing algorithm. So the dash algorithm is the best line drawing algorithm from all the possible line drawing algorithm, that is your Bresson-Hums. So Bresson-Hums algorithm is the best line drawing algorithm from all the possible line drawing algorithm here. The other question is your pixels phasing is a technique for. So pixel phasing is a technique for anti-aliasing. The another is that the pixel of black white image or object takes space in memory of dash. So a pixel of black white image or object takes space in memory of 1 bit. The other question, these were the questions in the form of fill in the blank, and that has been asked of 2 marks. So I just tell you about it. You can write it down as well. The larger the number of the pixel of a monitor, the higher its dash. So the larger of the number of the pixels of the monitor and the higher its resolution. The answer is resolution. The other question is your the dash is the ratio of image height to its width, and so the dash is the ratio of the image height to its width, and that the answer is your aspect ratio. The other question is that the value of the initial decision parameter in midpoint circle drawing algorithm is dash. So the value of the initial parameter in midpoint circle drawing algorithm is your 5 by 4 minus r. Now we'll discuss about what are the causes of corruption of display files. Causes of corruption of display files. So in this that there are the three, and that is the display environment, which is your the drivers, video memory, display resolution is not properly configured. The second is that the file format is not supported by the display program, and the third we have the file data is bad or corrupt as well. The other question has been arise is what are the uses of VRAM. So for the users of VRAM, the users of VRAM is your video RAM here, and that allow the video scan out to be independent of the other frame buffer operation, and it is now a type of DRAM, that is which contain a parallel in a serial out data register connected to a second data port as well. Now we'll discuss about the other question that give the equation of midpoint of a line segment. So here equation of midpoint of line segment, so that we have xm ym that is equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. So here that what I will discuss here. Now we'll discuss about the other one that we have to discuss, and which is to define a vector and what are the unit vector here. So the question, as I told you about, that we define vector here. In the vector, that a vector has a single directions and a length, and a vector may be indicated by dx and dy, where dx denotes the distance on x-axis direction and dy denotes the distance on the y-axis direction. The other question has been arise is here, what are unit vectors? And what are unit vectors here? That when the multiplications of the vector and the reciprocal of its length is equal to 1, and such vectors are called unit vector here. Now we'll discuss about the another one, which is, what do you understand by vector generation? In the vector generation, the process of turning on the pixel for a line segment, that is called the vector generation, and it is also known as line generation. It is the use of the geometrical primitives such as points, line, curves and shapes, which are based upon mathematical the mathematical equation to represent the image in the computer graphics. Now we'll discuss about the other question, that is to define the character generator. In the character generator here, that here it is a device or a software that produces the static or animated text for keying into a video stream as well. Now we'll go ahead with other question, that is, what are flat panel display devices? In the flat panel display devices here, that it refers to a class of video devices that have reduced volume and weight and power requirements compared to the CRT. And a significant feature of flat panel display is that they are thinner than the CRTs as well. Now we'll go ahead with other question, that what we have to talk about it, which is to describe the categories of flat panel displays. So the categories of flat panel displays that we have to discuss here. Categories of flat panel display. The categories of the flat panel displays we have, the first we have is your emissive display. In the emissive displays, that these are the devices that convert electrical energy into light. Example is your plasma panel and thin films, etc. The second we have is your non-emissive display. So in the non-emissive display here, that they uses an optical effect to the convert sunlight or light from some other source into the graphic pattern. Like example is your liquid crystal device. Now we will be talking about which is your LCD, and that is the other we'll talk about is to discuss the various emissive display devices. Various emissive display devices. In this, the various emissive display devices, we'll talk about it, which is the first we have is your plasma panel. The second we have is your thin film electroluminescent display. The third we have is your light emitting diode. Which is LED. The fourth we have is your liquid crystal display. So that is your LCDs. So these were the various emissive displays devices we have. The first we have your plasma panel. The second we have thin film electroluminescent display. The third we have is your light emitting diode, which is LED, and the fourth is liquid crystal display, which going ahead with other question, and that is your application based question. In application based question, the first question we have here, and that is to calculate the time period to scan each row of pixel if the resolutions of raster system is 1280 and 1024 and refresh rate is 30 frame per second. So that we have to find out the time required. The question I will be writing here for you. Calculate the time required and that to scan each row of pixel if the resolution of raster system is 1280 and 1024 and refresh rate is 30 frames per second. So the time required to scan each row of pixel is 1 upon 30 into 1024, and that is equals to 3.255 into 10 to the power minus 5 second. Now we'll go ahead with other question, and that is the another question which is based on application based questions here. The second questions we have here, how many distinct color choices. So how many distinct color choices would be available if a full color, that is of 24 bit per pixel, that is RGB raster system that has 512 by 512 frame buffer. So that is the choices would be available if a full color, which is 24 bit per pixel, that is RGB red, green, blue raster scan system has 512 by 512 frame buffer. So that we have to solve it out here. Now the number of the distinct color choices, that is equals to here, that is your frame buffer capacity upon number of bit per pixel, which is 512 multiply 512 upon 24. When we'll solve it out, we will be getting answer is 1, that is 10,922. Now we'll go ahead with further question, and that is another question of related to the application based question here. The question is that what size of frame buffer is needed for the raster system with resolution of 1280 into 1024 to store if 8-bit pixels are to be stored here. So the question is, what size of frame buffer is needed for the raster system with resolution of 1080 cross 1024 to store if 8 bits pixel are to be stored. So the solution, we'll talk about it here. The size of the frame buffer in the bytes, that is your 1280 multiply 1204 into 8 upon 8. When we'll solve it out of this, then what we'll get is we'll cancel it out 8, and then we'll get 1.310720 into 10 to the power 6 bytes. Now the other question has been arise is that is of 2 marks, is an application based question, that how much memory is needed for the frame buffer to store a 640 into 400 display 4 grade level here. So let's go ahead with question. So the other question has been arise is how much memory is needed for a frame buffer to store 640 into 400 display for the 4 grace level, that we have to talk about it. And the question we have that as follows: how much memory is needed for the frame buffer to store a 640 into 400 display 4 gray level. So here in this, that to the power 2 is equals, that will go ahead, that is to the power 2, which is equals to 4 here. And in the same cases that we talk about it, and where therefore the 2 bit are required to store the 4 gray levels, and frame buffer memory we have 640 into 400 into 2, and that will multiply, will get 551, that is your 5,12,000 bits, which is equals to 64 kbytes. Now we'll talk about the other question that has been arised, that to calculate the x interval and a y interval if the line is considered from 0, 0 to 3, 2 using a DDA algorithm. So we'll have to find it out, that x interval and y interval. So the question we have here, calculate the x interval and y interval if the line is considered from 0, 0 to 3, 2 using DDA algorithm that we have. And for that we have x1 equals to 0 and y1 equals to 0 and x2 equals to 3 and y2 equals to 2 here. x1 equals to 0, y1 equals to 0, x2 equals to 3 and y2 equals to 3, or y2 equals to 2 here. And for that the length equals to y2 minus y1, which is 2 minus 0 mod, and that is of 2. The other we have is that delta x equals to x2 minus x1, that is your 3 minus 0, will get 3 per length, which is equals to 1/5, and for the delta y, that is equals to mod y2 minus y1, which is 2/2, that is equals to 1. Now we'll go ahead with other question, and that is to calculate the error if the line is considered from 5,5 to 3,9 and using the Abrahamson's algorithm. So that what we have to find it out. Let's go ahead with question as well. Calculate the error if the line is considered from 5,5 to 3,9 using Bressenham's algorithm, and that we have the delta x equals to 13 minus 5 equals to 8, and that delta y equals to 9 minus 5, which is equals to 4. So where x that had been given is 5 and the y equals to 5 as well. So we'll find it out e, which is 2 plus delta y minus delta x, and that is 2 asterisk 4 minus 8, and that is equals to the 8 minus 8 that we have is your 0. Now we'll go ahead with other question, and that is to find the midpoint of the line segment if the coordinate are 2, 6 and 4, 8. Find the midpoint of a line segment if the coordinate are 2, 6 and 4, 8. So here we have that is xm comma ym equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2, y1 plus y2 upon 2, and for that we'll find it out 2 plus 4 upon 2, 6 plus 8 upon 2, and for we'll finding out is as xm by m, that is equals to 3, 7. So now we have another questions here, that is what we have to discuss about it, which is the another question that is your how many pixels that would be accessed per second by a display controller in a raster display system with resolutions of 800 by 400 that refreshes the screen at the rate of 20 frames per second. So that we'll have to do it. How many pixel would be accessed per second by a display controller in a raster display system with resolution of 800 by 400 that refreshes the screen at a rate of 20 frames per second. So here that pixel that could be accessed per second here, and that we have is your 800 multiply 400 multiply 20. So 2 3 4 5 5 zeros here, so we'll add it up, 1 2 3 4 and 5, and then 8 twos are 16 and 16 fours are 64. So 64 that lakh we have. Now we'll go ahead with other questions here, which is using the Brinson's algorithm, find the diameter of the circle when the radius is 1 centimeter. Using Brinson's algorithm, find the diameter of the circle when the radius is 1 centimeter. So for that, in Brinson's algorithm, the diameter is equals to d equals to 3 minus 2r, which is 3 minus 2 into 1, and so the radius is 1 here, and that is equals to 3. 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, that is equals to 1 centimeter. Now we'll go ahead with the question that is your evaluation based questions here. In the evaluation based question that we'll talk about it here, and even though that is also that is comes under the terms in the unit 1 here only, which is evaluation based questions. So in this evaluation based questions here, which is the first question is that to identify the display which has its own instruction set and instruction address register and are designed for a line drawing application as well. The question, I repeat, is that to identify the display which has its own instruction set and instruction address register and are designed for the line drawing application, and the answer for that we have as your random scan display. The other question is your that the algorithm which is used to select the optimum raster location to represent a straight line and is the best line drawing algorithm among all possible line drawing algorithms. So you have to determine the algorithm. The question, I repeat it, that the algorithm which is used to select the optimum raster locations to represent a straight line and is the best line drawing algorithm among all possible line drawing algorithm. You have to determine the algorithm. So the second we have is your Brinson's algorithm. The other question we have here is to write the technique which is used for conversion of graphical primitives from its geometric definition into a set of pixels that makes up the primitive in an image space. So the question, I repeat, is that write the technique which is used for the conversion of graphical primitives from its geometric definition into a set of pixels that make up the primitive in the image space, and that we have here is what we have to talk about it, and that is in the same cases, and that is your the rasterization. The next question that what we have to talk about it here, which is the another question, and in the same cases the question is that to identify the display devices that have reduced volume, weight and power requirements that compared to a CRT, that what we have to talk about it, and you have to identify the display device that have reduced volume, weight and power requirements compared to CRT, and the question the answer is your flat panel display devices. The other question we have is that is which graphics are complementary to the raster graphics and is the use of geometrical primitives such as points and lines. The question is that which graphics are complementary to the raster graphics and is the use of geometrical primitives such as points and lines. The answer is your vector graphics. The other question has been arise is that to identify the type of emissive display device which is used to calculators and laptop. So the question is identify the type of emissive display device which is used in calculators and laptop. The answer is liquid crystal display. Which is LCD. Now we'll talk about another 7th question here for the evaluation based question. The question is it is the process of adjusting intensities of the pixel along the line to minimize the effect of aliasing. You have to determine the process. The question is it is the process of adjusting intensities of the pixel along the line to minimize the effect of aliasing that determine the process here. So that the answer of this is your anti-aliasing. Now we'll go ahead with unit 2 which we have to discuss here, which is your transformation, and in that we'll discuss as memory based questions as well as in the reference towards the application based questions and as well as your evaluation based questions. So let's go ahead to start with unit 2 here. In unit 2, that is your transformation. And in the transformation we'll discuss about memory based questions. So in the memory based questions that we'll talk about it. So the first question has been arise to define transformation here, because the unit itself that they can ask you about in the 2 marks question. So that the transformation, and that is to define transformation here. In the defined transformation, the answer is it is the fundamental ability to simulate the manipulations of object in space, that is it is used to position, reshape and animate objects, lights and the virtual cameras as well. The other question is list out the basic operations performed by the geometric transformation here. Basic operation performed by geometric transformation. So the basic operations performed by the geometric transformations here, that we have a 3, that is the translation, rotation and scaling. Translation, rotation and scaling. The next we talk about it, that is what do you understand by reflection? In the reflection here, that an object mirror reflection that can be obtained by treating either the x-axis or the y-axis as the mirror here. Now we'll talk about what do you mean by shearing. In the shearing here, that is in the terms of the shearing, that a transformation that distorts the shape of an object such that the transformed shape appears as if the objects were composed of internal layer that had been caused slide over each other. The other question is to define homogeneous coordinate here. So in the homogeneous coordinate, that homogeneous coordinate consists of appending 1 to the x and y coordinate here, and which is tends to xy or xy1, and that in order of to translate a matrix multiplication operation, we use 3 cross 3 matrix, and the transform the points to become 3 cross 1 matrix as well, that has been represented in the form. Now we'll talk about windowing. In the right about windowing here, that is the process of selecting and viewing the picture with different views, that is called a windowing, and an area on a display device to which a window is mapped is called a viewport here as well. The other is your described clipping. In clipping here, that it is the method to cut a specific object, and the object that may be point, area, line or text. It is the process which divides each element of the picture into its visible and invisible portions as well. We'll talk about the other question, that to define the process of viewing transformation. In process viewing transformation here, that the process of mapping a part of world coordinate scene to a device coordinate, that is called a viewing transformation as well. We'll talk about the other question, that is what do you mean by the term concatenation of transformation here. So that we have to understood about it, which is what do you mean by the term concatenation of transformation. Concatenation of transformation here, where the single transformation that can be combined as a sequence of transformation is known as concatenation, and the combined transformations are called concatenated transformation as well. We'll talk about the other question, that is write down the application of viewing transformation. Application of viewing transformation is that the first application is by changing the positions of the viewport, we can view object at different position. The second is by varying the size of viewports, we can change the size and proportions of displayed object. The other question we have arise here, that list the types of line clipping algorithm. Types of line clipping algorithm. Line clipping algorithm, this is of all three types here, and that is the first we have Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, Liang-Barsky algorithm, and line clipping against non-rectangular clip window. That is the first we have Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. The second we have Liang-Barsky algorithm, and the third we have is line clipping against non-rectangular clip windows. Now we'll talk about the other one, that is list out the types of polygon clipping algorithm. Types of polygon clipping algorithm. So the types of polygon clipping algorithm here, that we'll have to talk about it, and that is in the same case we have three, which is the first we have is your Sutherland and Hodgman polygon clipping. The second we have, that is Wheeler and Atherton polygon clipping. The third we have is your, that is your curve clipping. Now we'll understood the other question, that is, what do you mean by polygon? First of all, what do you mean by polygon here? That a polygon that can be represented as the number of line segment that is connected end to end to form a closed figure, and the endpoints of the sides are called the view polygon vertices as well. Let's go ahead further. So now we have another question, that is, give the names and types of polygon here. Name of types of polygon, and that we have two polygon, that is your convex polygon and concave polygon. Now we'll have next one, that is which of the following algorithm, like Cohen-Sutherland algorithm or Liang-Barsky algorithm, is more efficient? You have to answer that which of the algorithm, Cohen-Sutherland algorithm or Liang-Barsky algorithm, is more efficient. So Liang-Barsky algorithm is more efficient than the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm, since intersections calculations are reduced here. Now we'll go ahead with other question, that is, write the advantages of midpoint line clipping algorithm over Cohen-Sutherland algorithm. Advantages of midpoint line clipping algorithm over Cohen-Sutherland algorithm. So that we'll discuss. The Cohen-Sutherland algorithm requires the calculation of intersection of a line with window edge, and the direct calculation is avoided by performing a binary search for the intersections by always dividing the line at its midpoint. Now the other question has been arise, why clipping is required in computer graphics. So the clipping is required to specify a localized view along with the convenience and flexibility of using a window, and the clipping operation eliminates object or portions of objects that are not visible through the window as well. So we'll have another one, that is, what is line clipping? In the line clipping here, that it is a method to cut a specific line. It removes the portions of line segment outside window, and a line is completely visible if both of its end points are in the window here. Now we'll talk about the other question, which is to define point clipping. In the point clipping here, that the points are set to be interior to the clipping window if x minimum is less than equals to x and x maximum, and y minimum is less than equals to y and y maximum. So the equal signs indicates that the points on the window boundary that are included within the boundary as well. The other question is, what does the word filling polygon mean? So what does the word filling polygon mean? And it is the process of coloring in the fixed arms or region, and there are various algorithms to fill the area, where we have the first is your boundary fill algorithm. The second is your flood fill algorithm. The third we have is your scanline algorithm. Now we'll go ahead with the detailed about it, which is write a note on text clipping. In the text clipping, that it is a method in which either a part of a character that is not inside the window boundary or the character outside the window boundary is clipped. And the other question is, write a note on curve clipping. In the terms of curve clipping, the curve clipping procedures will involve non-linear equations and requires more complex processing than for objects with linear boundaries. The bounding rectangle for a circle or other curved object that can be used first to test for overlap with the rectangular clip window as well. The other question has been arise is how can we determine whether or not a point is inside a polygon. So the two methods to identify this. So the two methods we have, first is your even odd test or odd parity rule. Or odd parity rule. The second we have is your winding number method. The other question is of one line question, that is your and the sort of fill in the blanks questions form, which is dash technique is used in midpoint subdivision algorithm. I repeat that question, you can just write it down the answer as well. Dash technique is used in midpoint subdivision algorithm. The answer is your binary search technique is used in midpoint subdivision algorithm here. The other question is that the result of the two successive 2D rotation, that is of RQ1 and RQ2, is what? The result of the two successive 2D rotations of RQ1 and RQ2 is that Q1 plus Q2 here. The other question is the world coordinate area selected for display is called as dash. So the world coordinate area selected for the display is called window. The other question is that reflection is a transformation of the object that produces dash of an object. So reflection is a transformation of the object that produces mirror image of an object. The mirror image is your answer here. The other question has been that is a dash is a clipping algorithm which follow divide and conquer strategy here. So that is the answer is your midpoint subdivision is a clipping algorithm which follow divide and conquer strategies as well. The other question we have here, that is also in the form of the fill in the blanks here, that is the Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm that divides the entire region into dash number of sub regions here. So that the Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm divides the entire region into the nine number of sub regions as well. Now I will go ahead with other question, and that is also in the form of fill in the blanks, and that has also been important here, which is an area on a display device to which a window is mapped is called dash. So an area on a display device to which a window is mapped is called a viewport here. The other question, that the Sutherland-Hodgman algorithm is used for dash clipping. So that is your Sutherland-Hodgman algorithm is used for polygon clipping here. The other question is your mapping a part of the world coordinate scene to device coordinates is referred to as dash transformation. The answer is mapping a part of the world coordinate scene to device coordinate is referred to as a viewing transformation here. The other question is dash matrix are required to rotate an object about a point which is x comma y. So the three matrix are required to rotate an object about a point which is x comma y. The other question, the scaling factor where s is greater than 1 denotes the scaling of object as dash. So the scaling factor s is greater than 1 that denotes the scaling of the object as magnification. The other question, in Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, if the bitwise logical and a region codes is not 0, 0, 0, then line is dash. So in Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, the bitwise logical and of the region code is not 0, 0, 0, then the line is not visible. The answer is not visible. The other question is that is the code that is used in Cohen-Sutherland algorithm. So the code that is used in Cohen-Sutherland algorithm is that is your region code here. Now we'll go ahead with the other one, that is your application based questions here. In the application based question, which is also an important one, and there are many, so we'll discuss one by one the first question of application based questions here. So in the application based question, the first question has been raised is that a point 4 comma 3 is rotated counterclockwise by an angle of 45 degree. Find the rotation matrix. So the question, I write it in down for you. A point 4 comma 3 is, so there 4 comma that is your 3 is rotated, that is your counter clockwise by an angle of, find the rotation matrix. So the solution for this we have, which is your R equals to cos theta sin theta minus sin theta, that is your cos theta. So when putting the value here, that is your cos 45 degree, because they had told you about 45 degree, so cos 45 degree minus sin 45 degree, sin 45 degree, and of course the cos 45 degree. Then we put the value here, that is 1 upon root 2, and that is so here we'll be having here, that is you will go ahead with this your that is your the 1 by root 2, and that we have as your minus 1 by root 2 and 1 upon root 2 as well. So the other question we have here, that to rotate the point P, which is minus 2 comma minus 4 about the origin of 30 degree in an anti-clockwise direction. So the question is, rotate the point minus 2 comma minus 4 about the origin 30 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So with this that we have here, that is 2 minus 4, and which is your cos 30 degree sin 30 minus sine 30 cos 30, that is your 2 minus 4, which is your 0.866, 0.5, then 0 minus 0.5 and 0.866. So the conclusion we have is your 3.732 and minus 2.464 as well. So the other question is being that is your perform the text clipping operation in the following. So there is written value, and when you are text clipping, so what is inside the window that has been clipped here, and that is your lieu 1, value 2 and lieu 3 in the terms of value here. The other question has been arised is that find the scaling factor window to a viewpoint with window lower left corner at 1,1 and upper right corner, which is 3,5, onto a viewpoint with lower left corner at 0,0 and the upper right corner at 1/2 and 1/2 as well. So here we'll go ahead with the question that I told you about it, and let's go ahead with question, that is find the scaling factor window to viewport, that is your viewpoint, with a window lower left corner at 1,1 and upper right corner at 3,5 onto our viewpoint with lower left corner at 0,0 and upper right corner at 1/2, 1/2. So we will talk about it and the solutions we have for the window, which is your x w min, and that is we have x w min is equals to 1, x w max is equals to 3, y w min equals to 1 and y w max equals to 5. And for the viewport we have, which is x v min, and that is equals to 1, and y v min, that is equals to 1, and x v is 1/2 and that is equals to 0.5, and y mi max is your half, that is your 0.5. So on that same behalf we have that formula, which is your s of x equals to x v max minus x v min upon x v max minus x v min, which is 0.5 minus 1 upon 3 minus 1, which is equals to 0.25. The other question is for s of y, which is y v max minus y v min upon y v max, y w max and minus y w min, that is equals to 0.5 minus 1 upon 5 minus 1, which is equals to 0.125 here. Now we will go ahead with other question that will discuss in the next coming class. So that is also an important one, and in the same references towards it, that what we'll talk about it in the next coming class, and in the same cases that we'll discuss in the next coming classes I told you about it. And I will start with the application based question. We'll deal with some of the application based question, and then we'll deal with abbreviation based question, and we'll start with unit 3rd in the next coming class. So here it's we will be ending here, and that in the computer graphics what we had done is your unit 1, and in the unit 1 if I'm talking about that is your graphic devices, which is introduction to the line generation, type of computer graphic display, random scan display, raster scan display, frame buffer and video controller, points and lines, line drawing algorithm, circle generating algorithm, midpoint circle generating algorithm, and a parallel versions of these algorithm as well, where in the same cases we are dealing with unit 2, which is your transformation. That is a transformation we had deal with it, basic transformation, matrix representation and homogeneous coordinate, composite transformation, reflections and sharing, windowing and clipping, view pipeline, viewing transformation, 2D clipping algorithm, line clipping algorithm, such as Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, Lian-Basky algorithm, line clipping against non-rectangular clip window, polygon clipping, Sutherland-Hodgman polygon clipping, Wheeler's and Atherton polygon clipping, curve clipping and a text clipping as well. So the other we have is unit third, which is a three-dimensional. The three-dimensional is the 3D geometric primitive, 3D object representation and 3D transformation, 3D viewing projections and 3D clipping as well. In the next class unit that we had covered up is just curves and surfaces, which is the curves and surfaces, quadratic surfaces, the spheres, ellipsoid, blobby object, introductory concept of spline, B-spline and Bezier curves and surfaces, hidden line and surfaces, backface detection algorithm, depth buffer method, A buffer method, scanline method, basic elimination method, ambient light, diffuse reflection, specular reflections and fog model, combined approach, bond model, intensity attenuation, color concentration, transparency and shadow, and a very short answer type question as well that we had discussed about it, and we are dealing with it, which is we had started with unit 1 and unit 2. We will complete in the next coming class, and we'll start with the unit 3 short answer, which is of 2 marks, and in unit 4 that we'll discuss. And after that, even though we will discuss some of the that is your question papers that has been asked here. So in the reference towards it, we'll go ahead with the question, and that where in the same case the question has to be follows like the question is we have is to characterize the transformation with a suitable matrix formation for the following operation. That is you can say that you have to do it by on side, and that is your the equation we have is your x dash equals to x plus ay and y dash equals to bx plus y. And for that given equation we have that as to be follows here, which is in the formation that I will be writing it in the form that the question is x dash equals to x plus ay and y dash is equals to b x plus y, and that is for a given equation the transformation matrix we have, and that is your which is x dash y dash equals to x comma y 1 shx shy 1, which will be solved as x dot y 1b and a1 here. That is here, and that the other question we have is that write a 2 cross 2 transformation matrix for the rotation of the counterclockwise by the pi about the origin here. So here we'll end up with this, and we'll continue with the next coming class, and that what we have to discuss here. So thank you, hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on a comment box. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Other than the computer graphics, we are dealing with the managerial economics, as well as we are completing we'll start with the quantitative aptitude, and we are dealing with our database management system, and even though we had completed the verbal reasoning of the part reasoning here, and after that we had started with the non-verbal reasoning, where we had started with the first topic, which will do more than 1000 questions. So stay tuned with us, and please like, share and subscribe our channel, and please stay tuned with us. Thank you, hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.